Hey, everybody. Welcome to the pod. I'm Mitch Goldberg, your wealth manager. How do you like that? With ClientFirst Strategy, it's a wealth management firm. We are here to serve our clients. We help them make financial decisions. A lot of what we do is helping people not make decisions. In other words, sometimes, I would say more often than not, I tell people what not to do than what to do. Um, People always asking questions about if they, could borrow from if they should borrow from their 401k, for example, if they should make different decisions with credit card points. I know that sounds very elementary, but we all are one way or another trying to take advantage of credit card points. It's our little way of thinking we're getting something for nothing. I do know some people who are whizzes at that, by the way. People are asking you if they buy this or sell that in terms of stocks, or if they see something they really like as far as a car. Look, people are making financial decisions every day. And we have a way as humans of justifying things that we really want until they turn into a need, until something becomes, I gotta have it, a must have. And then people hear about different kinds of stocks. A client asked me the other day about a robotics company for the fast food industry. And I looked at it. I mean, it seems pretty cool. I mean, fast food operations like the kitchen in a McDonald's or a Wendy's seems ripe ripe for, or ready. Let's say that it seems like a great idea to have machines, robotics, flip the fries, flip the patties, and all that stuff. Put the burger together on the bread and the cheese. It seems like it makes a lot of sense. But you have to look at who the recommendation comes from. I'm pretty sure companies like McDonald's are internally trying to create their own robotics to do these things. So, but look, sometimes things sound too good to be true. And the things that are true, like compounding your money, investing regularly, having adequate homeowners insurance or coverage for floods, wind damage from hurricanes. The boring things that people should do, not enough people are doing. But the exciting things, let me bet on some new cryptocurrency. And in the meantime, not everything else in your life is set. That becomes a problem. So these are the things I talk about with clients all the time. But something that comes up a lot also is Social Security. So we're going to talk about Social Security, and I want to talk to you about a couple of things about our firm. I've got a couple of updates for you, and I want you to see those and be aware of them. So I'll roll a quick intro, and then we're going to have a nice little show. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. And look, here's the thing: if you're watching on YouTube, compliance wise, there's a bit of an issue because your comments can't be monitored and captured. So I'm not permitted to go back and forth with you in YouTube. So I don't want anyone out there to think I'm being rude. I'm not. There's a few issues that I wish I could fix. But if you're watching on Facebook and LinkedIn, ask away, hit me up in the comments. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you think Facebook is a better place to watch, ClientFirst Strategy is who we are on Facebook. Or you could just follow me, connect with me on LinkedIn, Mitchell Goldberg, comma, AIF, comma, AAMS. Yeah, I have a few little initials after my name. But hey, if you don't have a few initials after your name, then who are you really, right? All right, so here's the intro, and we're going to talk about a few fun facts. All right, welcome to the show. I'm Mitch Goldberg. First thing about Social Security. What is it? It's a program that was made, I think, in the 1930s 30s is when the first check went out. It's just a couple of bucks as a monthly stipend for seniors, because nobody really knew much about personal finance and retirement. Basically, you back in those days, you worked until you could no longer work. And if you didn't have anything saved up and you couldn't work, you were in a world of hurt. It was a cruel world. Today, things are much better. We are better at personal finance, and we have Social Security. Social Security is a very big part of people's retirement income. People are getting $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month now. People who are 70 years old, claiming today, who put in their full allotment into Social Security, could get over $5,000 a month. And even if you're getting, $3,000 or $4,000 a month, that's not nothing. So people say, I don't care about Social Security. And then they say, oh, well, it's not even going to be there. Well, it's going to be there. Now, the surplus fund could be drained in 2034. That's the latest estimate. So it's about 9-10 years away, because, we're mostly through 2024. So when someone says that's 10 years away, okay, I'm going to just say 9 or 10 years. Okay. We're almost at the end of the year. Now there's proposals out, over 150 proposals that the Social Security Administration is looking at. And they are the obvious ones. Let people collect when they're older, or impose higher ages. When Social Security came out, people just weren't living as long. The people who created the program, the people who created the program, this was created at a time when very few people lived past the age of 80, let alone 70. So the demographics have changed, and as our population has aged, the population of people over the age of 70, we'll put it this way, baby boomers are now hitting their 70s, and that's a big bulge in the population. So there's more people than ever collecting Social Security, and they are older than ever. Having said that, if we run through the surplus fund in Social Security that's invested in treasuries, what happens is the rest of Social Security just is reliant on payroll taxes. Now, you should know about how payroll taxes work, and that's the crux of this conversation. So if we just rely on payroll tax for Social Security, the Social Security tax from payroll, you would still have about 80% of the benefit covered. Now, losing 20% of a benefit that you rely on is going to sting if it happens. I am 100% optimistic that it's not going to happen, that we will be okay with Social Security. Some things will be changed. And it's a bullet that we have to bite. I know it's very political. If you say, well, raise the age to get Social Security, then someone's going to say, you're taking away people's benefits. Or you could say, let's raise taxes on people to pay more into Social Security. Then the question is, well, you're taking away from people who are making more money, and that, that's not good for them either, and that's not good for the economy, and it just gets political, right? It's the place where we are. This is why compromise is going to have to happen, because I think both of those things are going to have to happen. But that's just what I think. So the way this works is this: Social Security, the payroll tax for Social Security is 12.4%. You pay 6.2%, and your employer pays 6.2%. So if you make $100,000 a year, you're paying $6,200 tax into Social Security. If you make $50,000 a year, then 6.2% of that is $3,100. And it goes all the way up to $176,100, where the most anyone would pay, even if you make $1 million a year, $200,000 a year, The most you'll be taxed on is the first $176,000 at 6.2%, which comes out to, a little under $11,000. All right. And your employer pays the same thing. So if you're paying about, $11,000, $12,000, your employer is paying $11,000 to $12,000 for you as well. So it's $24,000 a year. Depending on how much you make, but that's basically it. It doesn't go by normal income tax brackets like progressive taxes. Like if you make, $10,000 a year, you pay no tax. If you make $1 million a year, after a certain amount in the 400, 600, you depending if you're single or married, you're in a higher tax bracket for the income above a certain threshold. So it's gone up. It was about $168,000 last year, or this year rather. But in 2025, the maximum cap that you could be taxed on for income is $176,000. So anything you make above that, you don't get hit for Social Security taxes. You could go into a higher income tax bracket, but as far as Social Security goes, you're not paying any more into it. And that's one of the things that people are proposing. Maybe say up to, 200,000 or 250,000 in income. That would shore up Social Security pretty quickly. Or say to people, the youngest you can collect Social Security now is 62, and you can collect at any time between 62 and 70. It's just that the earlier you choose to claim Social Security, the lower your benefits are, the longer you wait. The longer you wait, the higher your benefits are, your monthly benefit. But you also have to take into account that the older you are, the fewer years you should expect to collect Social Security because you're a few years closer to your death. And it's impossible to know unless you really have an illness or some reason to believe that you have a shortened lifespan. For many people, it behooves them to wait as long as possible to collect Social Security. It doesn't make so much sense to collect Social Security while you're working because you're taxed a lot on that Social Security. It's almost like a penalty to collect Social Security while you're working. Now, if you need it, hey, then you have to do what you have to do. And there is no shame in doing what you got to do. That's not what the show is about. We don't shame people. Just want to help people make a gain, an improvement. And even if I can help you make a tiny incremental gain that benefits you, that improves your personal finance, then I'm thrilled. We have a lot of experience here, so we could probably help you a lot. So that's the deal with Social Security. So you pay 6.2% of your income up to an income cap of $176,100, and so does your employer. And that is the payroll tax that goes into Social Security. It used to be that money was more than what was needed to pay out benefits, so Social Security was able to have a surplus. We've flipped that around where we are taking more out than we're putting in. I'm sorry, we are putting in about what we're taking out, but the surplus is going away. In other words, we're not making more surplus. We're just kind of running flat. So that's why when we run out of this money, the excess money in Social Security account, we will be cutting benefit. The Social Security Administration will have to cut benefits by about 20%. Now, that could be pushed off. It could happen in 2035 or 2036. But it should not be, in my opinion, the reason that you try to get out of paying Social Security taxes. A lot of people will try to go 1099 or do things to lower their income to reduce their taxes. But keep in mind, you're also lowering your potential benefit down the road. There's a trade-off. I think the people who, you could say it like this. If you're a business owner, like I'm a business owner, so I pay myself payroll. And I pay my Social Security tax 6.2%, just like you. But I'm also the business owner, so I'm paying 6.2% on top of that. So I'm paying the full 12.4%. Now, if you're an employee and you're not a business owner, you could think of it this way. Even though your employer is paying the benefit, you could think of it this way. Even though your employer is paying half, 6.2%, you're paying 6.2%. Again, the whole is 12.4%. maybe it's really coming out of your pay in a way because you're getting paid less because of that. It's kind of like a forced savings. And I see, hey James, haven't caught your life well. James, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. It's you know how it is. Just things come up in life, and sometimes you can make these live streams steady Eddie at the same time, day in, day out. And then things happen, and it's like, it's just a minor miracle that you could even squeeze it in once a week. And I've been in that minor miracle, squeezing in once a week here and there. Certainly, I have not been keeping up with the 4:30 time that I used to like to do. And I hope to get back to that one day. But the 4:30 time, it used to work well for my life. It just doesn't work anymore. So I don't know if I should make it 5 or 5:30. I thought I would be doing more live streams, like maybe a morning podcast and an afternoon podcast. But it's been busy. Business has grown, and I'm lucky for that. Kids, college, all these things. So thank you for joining me, James. I know you know what it's like. You're in the thick of it right now with the young boys, and I know you're a great dad. All right, so that's the deal with Social Security, and I want to point something out to you. So I'll do a quick share screen. Pop myself up in the corner here. This is a PDF that you're looking at. Here's our nice little pictures. All right. So you can see our pictures right here. And you see Bobby Bird, Natalie Cantwell. That's me, Andrew Morgeson. We're here to help you. I wrote this because I want my clients to see it. I'll see if I can make this a little bigger. All right. Yeah, that helps a little bit. And it's basically about our own knowledge base has grown to accommodate our clients, estate planning, trust services, charitable giving, tax efficiency, insurance, financial planning. All of these things are things that we're doing. And there's something in there, our biggest change in 20 years, because ClientFirst Strategy is almost 20 years old. Okay, we're here to help you answer your financial questions, but our biggest change in almost 20 years this year. And that is, I think a lot of you know that my broker-dealer / RIA, Registered Investment Advisors, Next Financial Group, I've been happy with them for nearly 20 years. It's wonderful that when I went independent, that I found a broker-dealer that has been a joy to work with. They've kept every promise that they've ever made. They've promised things that I never would have thought of asking, and it's been a joy. And I'm happy to say that that relationship will continue, but under the umbrella of LPL Financial. LPL is a much bigger firm in terms of headcount with reps, financial advisors like me. They have about 25,000. Well, they'll have about 25,000 after the deal closes. They bought Atria. Atria owns Next Financial Group, Cattery Grant, and a few other firms that are similar in size and scope. They own Grove Point and QSO, a few companies. So I am going to be dropping a lot of names. I'm looking forward to it because I'm tired of explaining. I'm ClientFirst. My broker-dealer is Next Financial, but we clear through Pershing. It will all be LPL. I'm keeping the name ClientFirst Strategy, but we will be part of a much deeper, bigger organization. Their technology is much bigger. They spent $500 million on technology last year. You can read all about it on their website. And it's a major firm, and it's the biggest brokerage force as far as headcount goes in the industry, which probably I would say makes in the world. And their bench, from choosing different products from insurance and all, it's really turnkey, and it will really enable me to do better work and faster work for clients. So there will be more on this, but I wanted you to see, just take a quick glimpse of this. Did I freeze up? Of this? Let me see if I froze up. Okay. Well, when I hit the share screen, it freezes up. But if you'd like, I can send the tear sheet to you. All of my clients and centers of influence will be receiving it. But if you'd like, I can send it to you. If you're not a client, I'd be happy to share it with you. All I need is your email address So you can DM me or you could put it in the comments, whatever is better for you. Probably DM is better. And I'd be happy to send it to you. And I will be posting it on our homepage as well. It'll be there in the next 2 or 3 days. So let's see. Nope. I freeze every time I try to do the share screen. So I'll maybe if I do it this way, let me just try something here. Share screen. Window. Share. All right. Oh, look at that. Okay. Figured out another way. See that? I figured that out. Here's our team. Mitch, Bobby, Andrew, Natalie, Sierra Ridge Wealth Management. That's our firm that we use to handle our documents, compliance, and they've been a wonderful help. And any client of mine who's ever received a DocuSign from me, you know you received it from Sierra Ridge. And this is the team who deals directly with me and with clients. They have other people, but these are the main people over at Sierra Ridge. So that's about it. I thank you so much for joining me. And let me see if I can figure out now how to stop sharing the screen. All right. Hope you all have a great evening or morning or afternoon whenever you're watching this, and I will see you soon.